Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to go deep within my readings. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes along with everything else. The readings are a bit longer because of it, but it's worth it because you get to understand why you attract what you're attracting. You understand why your person is doing what they're doing. And when you understand why a person does what they do, you don't take things personally. You don't get triggered. So your actions and your behaviorisms are going to be different. And a lot of times you're able to actually integrate the spiritual lesson, transmute the negative energy when you have new awarenesses. Spiritual block just means that you're stuck in a limited perception of yourself or the situation, one that keeps you in a place of disempowerment, which is related to fear, right? There's only two energies, love and fear. Your energy, when you're in a very balanced state, is unconditional love. When you are spiritually blocked, you're holding on to anger, resentment, again, fear, any emotion that's derived from fear. So the integration process just means looking at your situation from a different perception and then grounding that energy so you can transmute that negative energy, because every situation that you go through, you accumulate negative energy. And unless you're able to really fully process what's happened, that energy stays within your energy body. Over time, you see physical issues, you see anxiety, you see depression, you see candida, you see adrenal fatigue. You don't see things that will kill you, but you see things that wear away at your immune system. So when you inherit these behaviorisms from your parents and the environment that you live in, because a lot of times that's where the spiritual block comes from, what winds up happening is that it affects DNA. And so you can upgrade your DNA by integrating spiritual blocks, because again, you are just a spiritual being having a human experience. So the whole learning process of why we're down here in the physical form is to learn you're not separate from unconditional love by becoming what you love and doing what you love and giving and receiving of love, because that is the energy of the universe. That's the energy of God. That's the energy that lives inside of you. That's your supernatural energy. That's what gives you spiritual sovereignty. So when you're able to integrate your spiritual blocks, you're able to actually quantum jump into a reality that's going to be much better for you, more in alignment with who you are than with what your spiritual blocks are. So that's why you want to always listen to these type of readings as well. And I will tell you what your person did do and what they're going to do, but those are kind of irrelevant when you are, what they did do is kind of irrelevant because you already lived it, and what they are planning to do. But again, you're able to integrate spiritual things to shape shift your situation. So the next time you come on, your reading will be different because you were different. Okay. I hope you understood all that. I know that that was a lot. Anything of any relevance about the channel, you can find in the description box, by the way. You can find my other YouTube channels. I have a Scorpio channel. I have a Gemini channel. I have an All Zodiac channel. The Gemini channel is brand spanking new. I also wanted to share my Patreon link. There you can find my shadow healing coaching program there, where I offer inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to heal the effects of trauma. I have a great group going on right now. We always talk about the trigger of the week, and a lot of times we don't even get to really much anything else except for whatever little lesson I have planned, because people want to really learn about what's blocking them. They don't want a whole big reading, but they want to integrate their spiritual blocks so that they can, again, transcend the limitations of certain aspects in their life that have kept them stuck. So everyone learns from everyone, and you get information every day. You get a lot of handouts, you get a lot of PDFs to help you learn, because shadow work, a lot of it you have to do on your own, but you need the tools, and I give you the tools and I give the structure. So again, if this is something that interests you, for $7.99, you get it all. One-stop shop, all right? Called the Psychic Soul Healer Coaching Program for healing the shadow aspects of ourselves. All right. Now, if you resonate with this video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Those are good karma things to do anyway. But you'll also need to write the word of the video in your comment bar. I am still catching up from picking people from over 2 months ago. My husband was in hospice. He was very sick. I wasn't able to do as many lives. And I'm actually still catching up. It's only been a little bit over 2 weeks since I lost my husband. And so, still adjusting. So eventually I'll have more lives, and when I get past all of this. Okay. So the word of the video is invincibility. Invincibility. It's funny. I feel like people tend to think that you're invincible. I feel like they think whatever you go through, that you're not affected by it. And that happens when you have ADHD a lot of times. Like, you're able to go through extremely difficult times and not be affected by it. I also feel like you're connected to someone that feels like whatever they threw your way, it didn't trip you up. And they have every trick in the book. And I feel like they used every trick in the book to try and keep you stuck, to try and like I said, they have feelings for you. They just didn't want to give you anything. That's the energy, and they know how to manipulate people to get that. So I feel like, you're in a time where you're actually making something happen, and you may feel like you're not seeing the results. But understand there's always a space between what is reaped to what is sown. And a lot of manifestation is unseen. We don't see it. But it takes a mustard seed. God makes that multiply. So I feel like you're someone that has a lot of faith. And you're someone that's consistent. And because you're consistent, people see the end result. They don't really look at you as a person. I feel like that's also been a karmic theme for you, that you never emotionally got support, no matter what the situation was. People expected you to deal with it by yourself. However, when your friends and certain family go through certain things, they expect you to be there for them. So I also feel like people never really give you the credit that you deserve, and often you feel invisible, which again would affect people. It would emotionally trip people up. It doesn't trip you up, which is, your person doesn't understand how you are so strong. They don't understand. They judge themselves. But this is the energy, and I feel like no matter what's happening in life, Virgo, no matter what's thrown at you, you just keep on trucking along. You just, again, keep on keeping your focus on your dreams, on your goal. And though nothing is happening, from what you can see, things are happening. Other people can feel something's happening for you. So even if you don't, other people see it. So this is the energy. And I feel like that's extremely intimidating and you don't realize it. So when you're like, why don't people treat me the way that I treat them? I always treat people with a lot of love, a lot of nurturing. I'm always there supporting people, and I never get the support back. Well, people feel like you don't need it. And again, for whatever reason, you trigger people inadequacies. And the irony is, I feel like for a long time you felt inadequate, and people have never really seen that. They just see, again, what you present to them now, which is someone that's very confident, someone that, again, has it all together. And I feel like it's possibly because you grew up having to be an adult, never really being allowed to show any weakness. So also you have a hard time showing emotions, even though you're very emotional and you're emotionally intelligent. People don't think that you are, because again, you appear almost like supernatural. Right? And that's because you go through difficult periods in your life and people see what you go through. So some of you, I feel like, had surgeries. Some of you had physical issues that people have actually seen. Some of you have had deaths in and again, that of people close to you, mother, father, sister, brother, lover. Some of you have again lost jobs, and people have tried to sabotage you, ruin your reputation, but nothing stops you. Again, so you seem supernatural. I feel like there's a lot of Hokei energy, and a Hokei is an empath that is a mirror for other people, triggers other people's wounds. And a lot of times those people that are getting triggered, when their wounds come up, they project because they're not ready to actually look at the wound. So a Hokei kind of comes around as someone that has a low self-esteem themselves, needs to learn to master, again, how they deal with other people's inadequacies. They feel very, very small, though, due to their own wounds. But they tend to love and give and overdo and are very nurturing, have a tremendous amount of healing energy. They don't know their power, a Hokei, but they are the mirror. The universe uses these people to awaken other people's wounds. So other people, again, tend to not like them because it's like you make me angry. And you make me angry because I perceive you as this person, and then you do this. So again, Heokis tend to challenge the norm and challenge what other people perceive, and people don't like to see as if they're wrong. So I feel like you were dealing with someone also very cocky that perceived a Heoki the way that Heokis are seen, as someone that's very humble, someone that doesn't have a very high self-esteem because they have so much healing energy. They're always giving and paying attention to other people, and they're not caught up in the physical things, tangible things like the car, the clothes. It's not that they won't have those things, they can, but it's not precedent. It's not precedence over relationships, empathy, the spiritual traits. And that is really why you're invincible, because you always come from a higher state of consciousness. So you're on a higher vibration. So you're going to attract also every single moth to you that is not on your vibration, because they're attracted to your light. So when you were dealing with this person, again, you made them feel inadequate all the time, right? They felt out of tune, but you can't make anyone feel that way unless they feel that way about themselves. So the irony is that this person would make you feel inadequate, because then what happens is they would give you less. It was almost like they perceived you as Oh, now what are you trying to think that you're better than I am? Again, they flip-flop, but it's them that has a second chakra imbalance, not you. You're just the Heoki. I feel like because you come from that higher state of consciousness and you're always coming from a place of faith and you keep on moving along, even though you don't really see big things happening for you, you have faith. It's the essence. People tend to be jealous of not exactly what you have. And that's anybody. It's always their essence of who they are. Again, so that it's like this person that's connected to you only really knows how to be in attachments, right? In attachments, there's a need. They need to have someone that needs them. It's very codependent energy. And it's because this person feels inadequate. They felt inadequate long before you came along. I just feel like, again, you're on a higher vibration and you didn't allow this attachment to take place. And I feel like it's not that you didn't have feelings for this person. You had a lot of deep feelings for this person. But again, I feel like you might have gotten hurt in past relationships. You said, I'm not going to overgive. I'm going to pay very close attention to how much a person gives to me before I give. And I feel like you watched, and this person wasn't expecting that. Again, they expected the Heoki to be the giver and the nurturer, and you are when it comes to if someone has a problem, if someone needs help, if someone like it needs, but not to a place that you're not healed, you're healed. This person never met a healed version of a Heoki. They met a person that is an empath that is like a Heoki, but not, it is a Heoki, but it's not on the highest level. It's again, the highest level is one that again always is coming from a higher state of consciousness, a place of unconditional love. So always does what's fair and what's just. And that's because the Heyoki was not treated properly growing up. That's why they have all those wounds. That's why the universe brings them people that have the same wounds to master what's imbalanced with inside of them, because they would not be aware. But here it is, this person, like you didn't allow this person to create the attachment. You kept on to your track, creating yourself. This person only likes it when they can rush in, build a strong attachment, and then they want to do whatever they want to do. They want to come in and out. They're very non-committal. And it's because I feel like every relationship that they get into, they give so many mixed messages that it really triggers the people that they're with. It makes even secure people insecure because of how they act. And they know this about themselves. And I feel like you knowing that you are an empath, you know that you need more emotional stuff. And you were watching to see. It's not like you were waiting for this person to give you more physical, tangible stuff. That's not who you are. You were waiting for this person to give you more emotionally, and they never did. So they don't understand why you're not really affected by them when everyone likes them. Again, they have a big ego, but you don't like them. So that's triggering them to actually like you more. But they see that, again, they acted like they didn't give a shit. It's again almost like used to dating people that are lower hanging fruit, people that don't notice when they only get breadcrumbed, people that don't know. I feel like, again, you were very aware that you were getting breadcrumbed. You were paying attention, and this person didn't think that you were, because you were always polite, you were always nice. You never really called them out on it. Maybe you made like a joke or like a reference to the fact that they weren't giving you a lot once or twice, but it wasn't like It wasn't like you harped on it. This person loves it when people harp on it. It means how much you love me, how much you like me. It's like, again, they're an energy vampire. So again, when they weren't getting what they needed from you, they acted like they didn't care because they have a lot of pride. They have a lot of ego. And it actually irritated them. Again, it irritated them. So they don't want to see you as someone that's invincible. That pisses them off because it's like you're moving away from them. That means that you're getting stronger. This person, for whatever reason, expected you to get weaker. They expected when they were not going to chase you, when they weren't going to fix how they treated you, when they still weren't going to express how they feel in a transparent way. It's like they expected you to like want to have that conversation. And like I said, you didn't. You were like, I don't have time for that. And you put more of the energy back into yourself. So now, like I said, this person feels as if they're like drowning in emotion and they're not used to feeling emotion. They come in, they strategize, they tend to get what they want because they play a lot of manipulative games in order to get what they want. I feel like they seek out people that they feel are empathetic, people that they feel are wounded. You might say, how can they do it? I feel like they actually go on social media and they scan people that they find attractive. They read the people's like comments when they post, and they can tell whether a person's gone through a divorce, whether they're heartbroken, whether they lost a job. Again, they're like a little bit of a predator, and they look for people that they know they're not going to have to give a lot to. This person misread you because, again, of your sensitivity, because of your gift, actually. And the irony is that God always protects us by not showing people who we truly are when a person isn't good for us. Now, if you were someone that was like, well, that's not true. No, if it's always true. You'll always see that person. Will you ignore? You ignore it, because then what happens is the person actually is also treating you nicely and doing other things for you in the beginning. So they're giving you a lot of mixed messages, and usually we're so close up to the picture and have an emotional connection that we don't actually listen to those little signs and symbols. I feel like you did. This person's drowning in their emotions because you're triggering their abandonment. You're triggering their ego. You're making this person, like you said, question who they are. And so there's a lot of things going on right now. And I also feel like they're not someone that really feels that great about themselves to begin with. They don't, because I feel like they've had a lot of bad relationships. They've had a lot of everything winds up ending badly for this person. And I say that because this person gets used to pretending that everything is fine, that things that they're not affected. So they don't really let anyone get close. But I feel as if, like, this person, what I'm really feeling is that this person lost their job recently, and they're kind of pretending that they didn't. They're pretending that they still have that high position, that they create an illusion to make you perceive something about this person. See, this person's broken, which is why they're attracted to you, because you have a lot of healing energy. And I don't think that they were aware of that before. But this person is going through a lot of shit right now, and they're pretending that they're not, because again, I feel like they identified themselves with that job. And if it wasn't a job, it was a group, an elite group that they considered an elite, a bunch of people that had a lot of money. So again, they might have been kicked out of the group. I feel like this person has a lot of sabotaging behaviorism. So what happens is they get into a relationship, the relationship crashes and burns because of what they do. They get a job, the job is good. They wind up losing their job eventually because of their sabotaging behavior. I feel like this, you're dealing with a person that either has addiction problems. Now, I don't know whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, it's something, it's again, that makes everything come to an end. So this person creates the illusion that they are their job, right? They have a great job, and it doesn't matter what the job is. But I'm feeling for a lot like they're a stockbroker. They work with money. So they perceive who they are, and then they lose their job. And they lose their job because they're shady. They don't play by the rules, and they always get caught. They always think that they're going to outsmart someone. They get off on being reckless. So again, everything comes to an end. So what happens is that that's why this person is really drowning. So it's everything at once. You're not talking to them, but I feel like, would this person normally be affected? I feel like they weren't affected for a long time. They thought you were going to come back. I feel that they expected you to act a certain way. You didn't do it. They perceived you to be someone that you weren't. And now they're in a space in their life where they don't even recognize their own life, and they're looking at you. They don't know how they can even approach you because they never came towards you. So they're drowning in their emotions for a lot of reasons, but it's actually benefiting you. And I say that because this person, I don't feel like felt like there was any consequences. They're not used of caring how they treat people. Like I said, this person's a predator. They go on online, or they talk to people on the dating site, and they get a feel of who they are. And again, if a person's been hurt, a lot of times, whatever little they get, they don't know that, they think that it's enough. And so your person is like, knows this. They don't invest. So they're shady. They're always coming from this lower energy. So of course, nothing ever good happens for them. And here it is, you come from a high vibration all the time. And that's why they see you as invincible. And that's why, again, it's making them feel inadequate, because they're like, you go through everything like horrible in your life. Like, it doesn't matter what happens to you. You can go through surgery, you can lose your job, you can have a death in the family, you can have whatever it is, and you land on your feet. It's like you are a cat that has 9 lives, this person thinks. And they just feel like they go through an experience, and it debilitates them, and it debilitates them for years, that they feel like they're just a rolling stone. So it makes them feel really not stable, and that makes them feel really insecure. But that's because of themselves. So when you were dealing with them, I mean, we see already that they played a lot of games by not caring. So then we know that they're not emotionally intelligent. But it's again, like it's like this person makes a lot of assumptions about you. They refuse to actually take the time to get to know you. So they're sitting on the sidelines looking at your life, possibly just through stalking social media, talking to other people, and they think that life is so easy for you. That again, no matter what you go through, it doesn't matter, that you've had no hard things happen in your life, and it's making them angry, it's making them jealous, it's making them, again, making them feel inadequate. But meanwhile, it's not like this person's coming to you and being emotionally transparent. They're not being transparent with you at all. They're stalking you. And so I feel like this person like they're wounded because of all their situations, like I said. They haven't done any healing. So every single situation that they get into looks like the previous situation. And it's just a lot of self-sabotaging behavior. If you let your addictions run your life and you have reckless behavior, like you decide to drink and go into your job, you're not going to get good results. This person continues to do things that are sabotaging to themselves. It's like very addictive behavior, very self-sabotaging behavior, and it's mainly because of their trauma. People that have trauma, childhood trauma, they get addicted to that adrenaline. They get addicted to that living in survival mode. That they have a lot of reckless behavior. It's almost like they can't help themselves. And so because they have so much reckless behavior, they tend to treat people very rudely. So when you were with them, you felt that they treated you like a child because they lashed out at you a lot. So it would create a lot of triggers between you and them, almost like you weren't acting the way that they wanted you to act. And so if they didn't, if they, again, you didn't act the way that they wanted you to act, they would again yell at you, come across nasty. I feel like more than even like being scolded, I feel like it was more of a passive aggressive energy, which is very manipulative energy, which still comes across on an energetic level as being scolded harsh. Only this person, I feel like, says things nasty, passive aggressively, where that you're psychically getting attacked. And it's a way that they, when they were raised, how they were dealt with. So it's almost like this person gets around someone that they want to act a certain way. And I feel like this person wanted you to give to them without having to give you anything. That's what it is. And they felt like they should be allowed to do this. So again, there's someone that has a very big ego. They almost put themselves on a pedestal. Now, I don't feel that that's their energy now, but I do feel like it was when you met this person. And it's because of how they perceived you. They're not perceiving you that way anymore. And it's always like, again, you just felt like you would try to like talk to this person about, what your needs were, and even about trying to make this person's life better, advice. And they didn't really want to hear it. So again, they were like, oh, like everything was always turned around back onto you, being like, oh, the connection wasn't working because you weren't giving into them. The connection wasn't working because you make everything so difficult. The connection wasn't working because, and it was always because of you. This person never looks at what they do. This is why their life looks the way that it does. It's not just sabotaging behavior in one area of their life. It's sabotaging behaviorism that ruins their entire life, is what I see here. And then again, you meet this person in a high point of their life, and they're going to be arrogant, self-righteous, expect, people to like fall all over them. You meet them in another time of their life, again, where they're in the lowest point of their life, and then they have no self-esteem. They want you to do all the work. So this person's never balanced. They flip-flop. They go from being arrogant to having no self-esteem. And so having a conversation with this person is next to impossible because they're continually getting triggered. Either you're hurting this person's feelings, or they feel like you're like up on a high horse when really you're the person that's balanced. They're not. So I feel like there's a part of this person that's like, my life isn't good right now, so you should be in my life to help me. It's like, I almost feel like they're going to make you feel as if you're the bad guy because you're not going to jeopardize your life, that you're not going to ruin your life to help this person. And it's again because they perceive you as being a healer. They perceive you as being someone that, oh, well, a healer is this, is they give all their time, their resources, their energy, and they don't need anything in advance. Just like a healer is not supposed to get paid. It's almost like this perception of, you're supposed to be here for me. This is your job. You claim that you're a healer. You claim that you're someone that's soft, and maybe you don't claim that you're a healer at all, but they perceive you as being someone that's very kind to everyone, very nice to everyone, very friendly to everyone, always have a listening ear for anyone. So why not them? So they're getting triggered, but they didn't earn that spot in your life. When you met them, they were an arrogant asshole. They stayed away from you because, again, they didn't want to be perceived as the bad guy. When meanwhile, well, the entire connection, they were blaming you. They got triggered because of you, but really it's because you feel good about your life, because you live your life from a higher vibration. This person's never been around someone like you. And like, it's almost like you trigger this person, like it's like your light triggers their demons. I mean, and we've gotten that before, but I feel like it really triggers their demons. And it's because they don't understand why everything's so easy for you. And then they look at their life and they judge their life. And what happens is they get a lot of anxiety. And they get a lot of anxiety because they feel lonely. And they feel lonely because they're like, they don't understand why nothing ever works out for them. They have major abandonment issues. And the thing is, they perceive you as some being so nice and so loving for everyone else. So why are you abandoning them? So again, they flip-flop from being an arrogant asshole to being really insecure. And so it's creating a lot of like hostility for them. When meanwhile, the whole time they're not looking and seeing how they disappointed you. It's only about them and their fear. And it's really the fear of loss. They have a lot of grief because, again, of the loss. And it's because they sabotage everything that's good in their life. They don't appreciate it. They don't nurture it. And it's because, like I said, I feel like this person grew up with trauma, major trauma. So again, we're talking about sexual abuse. We're talking about like real physical abuse. We're talking about where they were forced to live in survival mode. So when a person lives in survival mode for long periods of time, it dumps hormones into your bloodstream, right? If you were living in survival mode for long periods of time, whether a bear was chasing you or whether you were getting abused at home or whether you were in this narcissistic, toxic relationship, your adrenals would be on overdrive. That's that first chakra, right? The first chakra, it represents connected to the body, the physical world, all physical elements of the physical world. It's how safe and secure that you are. It's your connection to yourself, your connection to God, your connection to other people. So when you're in a relationship or you're in an environment that doesn't make you feel safe, it creates a real root chakra imbalance because it affects the adrenals, where you're living in survival mode. And when we live in survival mode, like I said, it dumps all the hormones, the survival hormones into your bloodstream. So you're getting a lot of cortisol in your blood. You're getting a lot of epinephrine. You're getting a lot of these fight flight hormones. And so those hormones over time become addictive. You become addicted to living like in that survival mode. And so you unconsciously recreate, and this is what this person does. They recreate that energy by being reckless, by like I said, going to work drunk or driving drunk or cheating or just again doing real sabotaging behaviorisms, living from their addictions. So when you met this person, again, they were not never balanced. So of course they viewed you as like, oh, look at this, like this person that is so naive. They think that that I'm only talking to them. Look, I can go away for like a week, 2 weeks, a month, like, and you always talk to me. Look, you really have feelings for me. I could really feel like you have feelings for me. They use their intuition like a predator. Again, I can really feel like it. So I'm going to give you like another little breadcrumb. I'm going to give you again. Now I'm going to go away for 2 weeks. I'm going to play with your mind. I'm going to see how much you take. And so you kind of put up with it for a little while because I feel like you didn't know what they were doing. You never encountered someone like this before. And so again, this person misjudged you. Now they're not in the place where they were. They're in a shit place. So again, it's like they have a lot of shame, but the shame was there before you. Again, this is from childhood trauma, but their life is a reflection of all that shame. And then on top of it, you know about that shame. So it's almost like I feel like this person's hiding from you. They're hiding because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed. And I feel like at that time, it's like, you know, you just called their bluff. Like you said, like after, you know, I feel like they did try to come back with their little breadcrumb, one or two. It's like, you were like, that's not enough. And I don't really think that that's enough. So I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to. And what it is that you can feel that their energy is, you know, is different. Yeah, I feel like you can feel that they're frustrated, that and they're hostile. And it's because every little trick in the book is not working. And again, they're in a bad place. So they want to talk to you. They need to talk to you. They want your advice. They want your nurturing energy. They want to be taken care of. They want everything that you have to offer. But there's a sense that you're like, no, you created too much sorrow and sadness than me because you're selfish. And you're imbalanced, and being with you makes me imbalanced. And it does so because I'm like, you trigger me to be angry. Like you play games. And it's because really you play games all because you're jealous of me. And you're jealous of my life when meanwhile, you don't want to do what you need to do to make your life look like mine. I don't live recklessly. This is you, Virgo. I don't live recklessly. You live recklessly. Your life is bad. You're upset because I'm not going to fix your life. I'm not coming in to fix your life. And you finally got to a place where you know I'm not going to. You know, it's like you doubt quite highly that it's going to work out now. And it's not going to work out because they held back from you. And now you're in a different place within your life. Again, they're looking at the end result. They're seeing that your life is good. And they're seeing also you're not coming back. So they're salty over the fact that you're not coming back because they misjudged you. So let's see, are they going to do anything except for be salty? Because I feel like they were waiting for you. They finally got to a place where they realized that you're not going to come back, or if quite doubt it. Doubt quite highly that you're going to. I feel like they gave you another little breadcrumb. You didn't move. And so they finally are like, okay, well, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything. They realize that they've finally ruined the connection. But are they going to do anything aside from give you a little breadcrumbs? Yeah, this person, like, I feel like they're very practical. So it's like they're looking to see what they could do to fix it. So I will say again, they do want to fix it, right? But I feel like they don't really have the ability to fix it. Because my first impression was, again, they're gonna come to you from a very logical, analytical way, practical, right? But I don't really feel like they have the ability or the resources to really fix it. However, they're going to try and do what they can to fix it. And it's because there's a sense that they believe that you will forgive them because of the type of person that you are. Again, you're the Hokei. They can feel that healing energy. They see it because they regret it. They're going to tell you that they have regrets, right? They regret. They're going to say that it was an accident. They're going to say that they're gonna ask you to leave it in the past. They're gonna say, can I fix it? I regret. Like they want to clean up their mess, okay? That's really what it is. They want to take the time to clean it up. Do they have the tools to do so? I don't think that they do, as I said, but they're going to do everything that they can to extend the olive branch to a truth. Because I feel like there's a part of this person that feels like they're in such a shit storm right now, that their life is so horrible that there's just a sense of, I need something strong. I want something stable. I want something strong. That's really what I feel like, because they're not in a strong place. Um, yeah, this person, like, I feel like expect them to like contact you within a few days, like literally. I feel like whatever they're going through right now, they're going through a shit storm. And like their life it's coming, it's crumbling. So again, this person lost a job, lost a house, uh major loss, money, their identity, who they perceive that they were, their place within the community, something major to this person. They're going through it right now. And I feel like the fact that you're not in their life, again, they perceived you, they perceived you as someone that was always going to be there, no matter what. And I feel like they always thought that they would be in your life. They just thought that they could treat you however, and what you're making them see is you didn't treat me right. So this person has a lot of anxiety, but at this point they want to clean it up. But again, I feel like they want to clean it up because it's again, because their life is a mess. That life is a mess, but they're gonna take the gamble, okay? They are gonna take the gamble. They don't know what's gonna happen next, okay? They don't know. They're like they're hoping. They're hoping they have luck, okay, with you. And but I feel like it's because their life, it looks like a mess right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever they're going through is what it is. Yeah, it's because again, because of their hardship that they're going through. And like I said, the hardship, like I said, they want to change, what's going on. They want to fix it, okay? They want to fix, and they feel like um the one thing that they could fix is their connection with you. That somehow that you can help them, I feel like, believe it or not, straighten out their head, straighten out, Like they don't feel safe. They feel very lonely. They feel, again, it's whatever's going on in their life, they feel very lonely. But I feel like it's because everything is coming to an end. And so this person did a lot of stuff to you, and but they're hoping that you're going to be compassionate. They're hoping, they're hoping because they see you as, like, again, like a humanitarian, almost someone that is very helpful, someone, again, that's very ethical, all the things, okay? Someone that's very nurturing, someone that's very unselfish, again, sees you as this Hokei energy. So they're like, they want that right now because, like I said, of everything that they're going through. You may be like, are they use me? Let's go and ask a different card. Is there anything else except for this, the fact that this person is coming to you to help them? How do they feel about you, like, as a whole now? Because, like I said, we see that, that they see your worth, they see that they misjudged you. But again, what's so appealing is it's the fact that you seem so strong, that you would be nurturing. But what do they feel on a deeper level, aside from what they could get from you, and the type of person that you are? I feel like this person is very nervous. And they're very nervous because they feel as if they know that they did a lot of things wrong. And I feel like they never were secure to just come and ask you. They asked other people. So there's a sense that they're afraid that you may do the same. I feel like they've been in a lot of bad relationships before where people's friends got involved, people's families got involved. So there's a sense of, like, don't listen to other people. Like, they hope that you won't listen to other people, that you'll give them another chance, that even if it's just a friendship, like, they're afraid that you might be, like, not want to give them the time of day again because of, being influenced. They feel as if they're ready to change. They see a lot of synchronicities, 11/11, right? So there's a sense that their ego is coming down. There's a sense that they feel as if, you're have a spiritual connection to them. Now, whether that is true, whether it's not true, it's what they feel. I feel like there was always a spiritual connection. They didn't honor the spiritual connection. That's the issue. Now they want to honor the connection because, again, of the space that they're in. But again, they're concerned. I feel your energy around me, and I wonder, are you thinking of me too? So there's a sense of, maybe if they talk to you, maybe if they handle things differently, maybe if they saw you, they would be able to get a better idea on whether they could fix this, whether they could repair it, whether or not there's a sense now that I feel like this person wants to give you their energy because, like I said, there's a sense that they need to rebuild their life. I'm not gonna lie. I know in my heart we'll be together one day, and that helps me trust. Let's keep working on us. I feel like this person is now feeling that, like, I want, like, now it's like I feel like their passion was always there for you, okay? It's not like it wasn't. It's just, again, this person didn't want to give you anything for it. Now I feel like they do, because, again, they're in a different place, and it says now they're working on themselves. But again, what is driving this connection now is passion. This person, like, has a desire, and I feel like it's because now they're really thinking about you. There's nothing going on in this person's life. This person's life came to an end, or is in the process of coming to an end. It's going to be where they lost everything. They see you as someone very strong, someone that's supportive. So of course there's a sense of like this emotional need. My concern is it's like this person like is very codependent. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. So again, they're still not ready to be 100% transparent with you, because there's a lot of shit going on in this person's life that they know if they came into your life and they were fully transparent with you, that most likely you wouldn't want to deal with it. They know that they wouldn't deal with it. So I feel like this person, the moment that you start to really ask a lot of questions, this person's going to get triggered because they haven't healed. And so they're at the age that, any relationship that they get into, people are going to say, where's your job? What do you do for a living? Were you married before? What happened in your past relationship? They're going to ask questions. And this person had nothing but reckless behavior, to the point that whatever life that they had when you met them is not the life that they have now. And so there's a lot that they don't really want to share because of abandonment. They know that they wouldn't stick around for it. So it's like there is a passion, there is a desire. I miss you. Let's both stop running away. So again, there's a desire, and this person does have feelings and emotions. My thing is again, because of where they are. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. See, they feel like now you're holding back. They feel like now you don't want to be with them. Because in the beginning, you always gave them time. And that in the beginning, they didn't want the connection as much as you did. That there was a sense that, runner chaser energy, and now like the roles have changed. So again, I long for your kisses and your touch. So it's not that this person doesn't have passion, and it's not like they don't have feelings. The issue is that their life, they're pretty much coming back, but they're coming back with nothing. And they're coming back with nothing, and they haven't done any healing work. So of course, they're being led by their feelings, their emotions, their passion, and they haven't given the time. So I'm always going to tell you things that are not in the reading, okay? Like, because cards are not going to pick up on it. The issue with this is that this person, they get into relationships like this. Their past relationship crumbles and it ends. And then they get into another relationship, they build their life up, and then what happens is it comes to an end because they have sabotaging behaviorisms. They have a lot of trauma that they haven't healed from. So they are addicted to this reckless behavior of their addictions, their cheating, their, again, anything that gives them a little thrill. And so they continually sabotage everything that goes on in their life. And so it's not like they don't have feelings, but they haven't nurtured this connection. They perceived you wrongly in the beginning. Again, someone that was a healer that was going to heal them without having to do anything, because that's what they thought a healer did. Now, there's still no time that this person has put in. And what we see is that they haven't done any healing work. So they're going to have major trust issues. They're going to have major intimacy issues, which is going to not really come across as problems in the bedroom, but it's going to come across as problems to be able to let you in emotionally. They're not going to tell you everything. They're not going to be able to be transparent. They're not going to be able to be emotionally intelligent because they haven't healed. So again, they are going to come back. They don't know when they're going to come back. I feel like they are working on themselves, but there's a sense that they're waiting for like the perfect time. Now, again, they're imbalanced. So I don't know what makes them feel like what's the best time for them. We're gonna see. Let me pull 3 cards because it's like, I don't know, but they know, they're like, trust that I'm coming back. I'm just working on myself right now, and you're working on yourself, is what they perceive. They haven't been in your life. They're viewing your life by, again, a lot of assumptions because they haven't taken the time to get to know you. So again, whatever social media shows, whatever mutual friends show, whatever their imagination tells them, whatever a psychic tells them, but not what they know from you. So again, yeah, this person feels like you're gonna leave them behind. They feel like you're gonna leave them behind, so they're gonna come in quick. They feel, again, so they're gonna travel towards you. But it's, again, there's a sense of you, like, again, leaving them behind. There's a sense of you, like listening to your intuition, and obviously this person hasn't given you anything. So there's a sense that they don't want to miss the opportunity. So almost between like 1 to 3 months, you can figure like things are going to start to unfold, that this is their plan because they feel you leaving them behind. It's obvious. They haven't been in your life. And again, they're in a different place in their life, a much worse place, and they need the help. And so they can't really afford to have you leave them behind, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, like their intuition is telling them this. Again, they have the spiritual insights. So they have hope and faith that you would take them back. They really they see your value. Okay, they see your value. They feel like you're someone that's important to them, that this is a spiritual connection. It's now whether or not they felt this strongly before or not, I feel like they did not honor the connection before. Now it's almost like, oh, now it's everything, but it's everything because they have nothing. And that is what you have to remember. And so they're being led by passion. Now, remember, this is what happens with people that are not healed. When their life looks like a roller coaster, meaning it's like they build their life up, they get to the top, they do great, and then they sabotage themselves and it's back down. And then it's like they lose everything. Now this person's ready to build back up again. So they never build back up by themselves. They look for somebody to help them do this. So the relationship is all about that. So of course you are valued now. My issue is it's like they're mixing so much of who you are and what you do with their feelings for you before they've taken the time to get to know you. And that's what an attachment is. And like, that's how this reading started. They only know how to be in attachments. An attachment energy is that someone that is a little bit like an opportunist, someone that sees you for everything that's happening for you, sees you as like their good luck charm, sees you as, but this person, when they were on their upswing, they weren't looking to clean up anything, right? They weren't looking to clean up anything. Now they want to extend the olive branch. Now they want everything because, again, where they are. Now they're gonna pull out all their tools to fix the connection because it's like worth it to them. So again, it wasn't worth it to them before they just extend the olive branch, but now it is because, again, where they are. So it's, again, and they know that they have to do something really fast because you're not doing anything. they almost want to come in and have it to be like a very easy one slam dunk, you know, like, and they know that that's not going to happen. They doubt that is going to happen. And it's because they played so many games and they see that they played so many games. So, they are, but like my issue with this is again, that they have that, they like you for everything that you have, not just you. And that's the thing. And they haven't taken the time to get to know you. Relationships is something that happen over time. And the fact that this person is leading by passion, right? They're coming in and that's I want to hold you, I want to touch you, I want this, I want that. But it's like, where were they for you lately? You know, I mean, they haven't been anywhere. It's all about them. So this is the issue. So, and the cards are not going to tell you that. Relationships is something that happen over time. Trust is something that happen over time. This person doesn't trust anything. They perceive you as being like some sort of like holy roller that doesn't need anything. And that has been your theme anyway, growing up. You're the Hokei, but it doesn't mean that you have to tolerate it. It's again, you don't. It's like you might have just came into this person's life to help create awareness. Now, again, they see you for everything. But it's again, it's after the fact, it's after, you know. So we have to say, why did you attract this person? Because you're a mirror of whom, what comes into your life. What were you supposed to learn? Because like this, they are going to come back. You're going to have free will to choose. But understand, have boundaries with this person, because like I said, they're coming in and they want to utilize you for everything that you got, and they don't have nothing because they just lost everything. So remember that. And they haven't been here nurturing this connection. They haven't been growing it. So what are they coming in with? Now they're ready to give you emotionally. Big deal. Big deal. They should have been giving you that before. And that's the issue. It's about respect. Like this person is banking on the fact that you'll just be viewed like, again, our connection. Remember our connection. That fuck the connection. Where were you before that? It's like you're in a bad way. So now it's all about the connection. But you didn't care before. You want to clean it up now. But where are you? So again, for some of you, you'll take them back, and some of you, you won't. But I'm going to tell you what you need to look out for. And so you attract this person because, again, oppression, the inner child wounds, again, having a parent, an environment, someone keep you down. And that's exactly what this person, I feel like they tried to do. They want to utilize your energy and they don't want to give anything back. Or they didn't. Now they claim that they want to give back, but what do you have to give back if you lost everything? Your time, emotion? Well, it's again, you want to capitalize on what I'm doing, and that I feel like would be like a way that this person can keep you down. Space. So, and I feel like someone didn't allow you to go out and explore and find your own way. It's again, you were the Hokei. The Hokei is normally the healer of the family, where people use that person's energy to, you know, fix, to, you know, to be the scapegoat, to be the black sheep, to be, so when that happens, that the Hokey doesn't go out and explore, doesn't go out and find themselves, doesn't go out, and or the empath child, the healer child, the sensitive, highly sensitive child doesn't go out and find themselves. They don't use the space, the open space, the space in the imagination, space to go out and explore, to find, right? Willow is all about that. It's the space which is like an empty canvas, and that empty canvas, you're able to create on it. It's like, no, that wasn't possible for you because you had parents that took your energy and utilized it for themselves. And that's what I feel like would happen in this connection, same exact thing. Remember, healer children are made from their environment. You know, Heokis inherit the empathic trait, but it's the dynamic of the family that makes the Heoki a Heoki, because they are taught to be self-sacrificing. It's part of their survival. So they're able to see and feel, and they have the empathetic, but people tend to misjudge them, tend to perceive them as very weak because of their sensitivity and their healing nature, when really they're the strongest creatures on the planet. And so what Spirit is saying is like, it's all about you right now. It's a time for you to give yourself the self-love. It's about by becoming love, the vibration of love. So you may feel like you're the wounded healer, and these situations are still happening. And what Spirit is saying is give yourself the love by utilizing the space. All this time is space, right? When there's nothing there, it's an empty canvas. So if you ended a relationship and there's no relationship, you ended a job, or again, there's a lot more to grow in a job, utilize it. Create with your life. Become the vibration of love. Become what you love. Give and receive of love. So you become a magnet of love, and not just a magnet of other people's wounds and pain, which is almost what keeps happening. And that's because you haven't gotten up and taken yours yet, Virgo. Like the Spirit's saying, you don't ask for greatness, get up and take it. Otherwise, everyone's going to see everything that you do and think that you have it so easy and nothing bad happens to you and you're so resilient. And, which obviously is a gift, but that, they get triggered by your invincibility. They get triggered by your strength. When everybody has that strength, it's like they can call upon it at any time. And one last one that Spirit is just saying, because also you grew up in a place where it was organized chaos. So when an empath grows up in a very imbalanced environment, it's not uncommon that they would gravitate towards the same type of chaos. I don't feel as if you have not healed yourself. I feel like you have healed yourself. I just feel like you needed to go through this experience and choose yourself because of the trauma that you grew up in, and that trauma was not being allowed to. Well, now you have an opportunity to either choose for yourself, get up and take it, or fall into the same type of connection that you grew up in, which would keep you bound to being like the wounded healer. And that's someone that's always giving your energy to help other people, which is what this person lies to themselves about. They say, well, I keep growing everyone else. No, you keep sabotaging yourself. That's why you lose it. It's not that you don't have the capability to grow your business. You grew your business. You're smart. You're logical. Smart. It's not like you don't have the capability to get into a relationship. You do. It's the sabotaging behaviorisms that take you down. That's not the same thing as a Heoki. You're an empath that's not healed, where you're a Heoki that's healed. So it's again being able to learn the spiritual lesson, and the Heoki learns the spiritual lesson when they're healed, because they say, I can only help bring you to water, I can't make you drink. And I already did that with you, and you didn't want to learn. Now all of a sudden you do, but there's only because you see there's benefit. And I don't really want to live in organized chaos again. I don't want to be the one that fixes everything when my life is good. It'll just keep me, keep me down. You're weighing me down with your negative and energy. And I don't really want to do that. And so it was for this person to again lose you, to eat the karma. They had a good thing. They sabotaged the connection. They didn't need to sabotage the connection, but they sabotaged the connection. So we ended off where Spirit says, vitality. This person drains your energy. Again, and the answer for you right now, because things are happening for you, this person, again, even though you don't see them happening for you, again, there's a space between what is sown to what is reaped. So understand it's happening, you're just not seeing it. Everybody else notices it, they see your energy. It's about keeping the energy, the vitality high, and Spirit saying, remember, you're a being of light. Accept the divine energy in your body, and every one of your cells regenerates. That you're upgrading your DNA, and you're upgrading your DNA because you're, again, learning spiritual lessons. You're integrating spiritual lessons. So when you are a Hokei that's not healed and you're taking it all on, you're the wounded healer. It keeps you stuck in a low vibration. You had to go through this situation to actually transmute the negative energy. And that was to see a different version of yourself. That is what raises your energy vibration and gives you the vitality. And the vitality is enough to help you manifest the life and the life experiences that you want. So Spirit is saying it's like, that's why you had to go through this connection to see a different version. And also, this person had to eat the karma. They lost a connection of a lifetime because they saw how loving and how nurturing, and you were someone that was willing to help, and you were a good friend, and they shit all over the relationship, and that's their karma, and they're gonna feel it. You're the one that got away. I'm gonna leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how that you resonated with this. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.